Hi, and welcome to Diversity in the Community. My name is Theresa Harris, and I am so pleased and excited to have with me today a young woman that I met when I was at, I think it was called Pretty in Pink. It was a celebration of people who had survived breast cancer. And because of her upbeat attitude, her smiles, I just fell in love with her. And she's on my program today, and her name is Sherry Willingham. And Sherry, welcome to the show. Welcome to the
Thank you,
program. I am
Teresa.
so pleased to have you
Thank
here
you.
with me today. Um, so, Sherry, before we get started, I just want you to tell me something about yourself.
Okay, my name is Sherry Willingham. I'm a health provider. I inspire to motivate other people, in different areas of their life, whatever they suffer from. Most of us suffer from something, and I've always just been positive about different things in my life, so I put it back into the community.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Now, the first time I met you, we were at the program, at
Yes.
the table at the program. And like I said, I was just inspired by you because at the time, I didn't even know, I don't think I knew at the time that you were even a breast cancer survivor. But you started talking and you were just so upbeat. And then when I started talking to you, then you were starting to tell me about some of the things that you had gone through. And I have a few questions for you, and then after I ask these questions, I just want you to tell us a little more about your story.
Okay.
Okay. Um, how did you first realize? I know they tell women to do self breast exams and all that kind of stuff, so you can, because sometimes when you go for mammograms and all that, it don't always pick up everything. So, how did you first realize that you had a lump there?
Well, actually, I had like two sisters and a brother that passed within the 3-year period, and I was very focused on myself, making sure
Mm-hmm.
I got my mammogram, making sure I was exercising. I ain't doing too much now, but I'm going to work
Mm-hmm.
on it.
Yeah,
And
me too.
I was at the gym,
Mm-hmm.
and I was on the bike, and I went to get off the bike, and I fell on my right breast,
Mm-hmm.
and I hit it so hard that it was like I was just dizzy. They
Mm,
written
mm,
it, they wrote it up and everything, and about a couple months later, this bump just started growing,
mm.
and I thought that it was due
The fall.
from the fall
Yeah.
because that actually happened in January, and I
Mm-hmm.
had a mammogram in November. So I was like, well, me and my doctor like, well, this can't be,
Mm-hmm.
and they did an ultrasound, and then I
Mm-hmm.
found out that I had a progressive cancer in my right breast. So it was just, then I found out over the phone, once they did that, and
Wow.
because I didn't really believe that nothing was wrong with me,
Mm-hmm.
so I think I was in denial, and I told my doctor to call me,
Mm-hmm.
and he called, and he said, "You sitting down?" I'm like, "Oh, please, what's up?"
Mm-hmm.
And he told me that I had a progressive cancer, in my
Wow.
body, and I'm not wanted to know what was his profession. I wanted to know, was he a specialist? Was he, what was his
So you
skills?
just didn't you
I,
just didn't still couldn't believe him,
I
right?
couldn't believe this guy. I was like, no, because I just lost two sisters and a brother, less than 3 years. So I just
Wow.
couldn't
Wow.
believe.
Wow.
Now here comes somebody else in my immediate family,
Mm-hmm.
had this type of cancer within their body.
Mm-hmm.
So he said, so when he said that to me, I just said, well, I think I have cells, unnormal cells.
Mm-hmm.
So I never did the cancer stuff. I said, unnormal cells.
Mm-hmm.
How is we going to remove the unnormal cells out of my body?
So that was your question to him. You
Yes.
just want him out. You got
Yeah, I just
and
wanted
and at the time when he told you, I know you were a little, like you said, you were a little in denial. Like, this guy maybe don't know what he's talking about.
right.
But how did it really, did you just have that positive attitude? I'm going to be okay anyhow. I don't care. How were you at first when you
Well,
first?
I think I scared my doctors a little bit. I
Mm-hmm.
think I scared my surgeon and my oncologist a little bit because my thinking was like I had cells, negative cells that was in my body that need to be removed. And they kind of like, well, we have to do this and do this. I said, okay, fine. Okay, we're going to do whatever we have to do, but you have to respect the fact that I'm spiritual, okay? And my spiritual thinking, I think that worship, I think that love will heal my body. And they think in medicine. So I was telling Dr. Desana, I said, okay, we're going to do this together. We're going to put it together. And it was very hard for him, and it was very hard for me for the first 3 treatments. You know, because he thought that I wasn't just, you know, because I was never looking sick. I was never acting sick. And so he thought that I was going to just throw in the towel, you know.
Okay.
But I was not going to throw in the towel because I had other people that was looking to me too. So
Now, how old were your sisters that?
my oldest sister, she was 54,
Wow.
and my other sister, she was 47, 4 days before her birthday. She would have been 48.
Wow.
And then my brother was 53.
And how old were you when you first discovered
I was
that?
48.
Wow.
48.
Wow.
Yeah, 48. Yeah.
Now, I know we probably talked about this already, but how long did it take for you to get a checkup after you found out that lump was growing? Like,
Well,
was that
when
immediate?
when I really realized that the lump was just there, I think I waited like a couple weeks, and then I went to my gynecologist, which, you know, when I do my mammogram, you know, all of us females,
Yeah.
and she did a breast examination on me, and she was in disbelief herself. She just could not believe that she examined me in November,
And then all of it.
February it was this lump there. She just was she couldn't believe it herself.
Oh my
You
God.
know, and it was amazing to her and to me. You know, so
So did they think the fall actually disturbed something that was small there and did they?
I think I was in church, and I'm a spiritual person.
Yeah, so am I.
Okay,
I
and
love the
don't care.
Lord.
Nobody don't
I love the Lord. Girl, talk like you want to
I'm
talk.
sorry.
Yeah.
This is my story. I was in church one Sunday, and I'm a very loving person outside the church and inside the church. But anyways, I was very loving to people, and I wasn't ready to tell nobody. You know, and I was in church, and I felt something push me. And I don't know what it was, but I'm looking around, and there's nobody there. You know, so I think that my God and my understanding, something pushed me in church, and then I didn't catch on, and then I fell and at the gym. So therefore, I knew I had to act on whatever was happening in my body quickly, very quickly. And so I think it was a spiritual thing that, you know, gave me the strength to be able to have the courage to go ahead and call my doctor. Matter of fact, I didn't even call her. I just went to the office. And I sat there and I waited, and she was like, well, you know, she was just here in November. What was the problem? And that's when we started talking, and she sent me to Dr. Tannen, you know, the surgeon, to do the autopsy. I think I said it right.
The biopsy.
Biopsy.
Yep,
Yeah,
I got you.
And then, you know, we was in, you know, doing what we had to do to try to get rid of the bad cells.
Okay. Once you knew that you had breast cancer, how did you break this news to your family?
You know, that was the saddest thing for me, because we had already lost 3 people.
Yes.
You know, less than 3 years.
Yes.
You know, and well, when I called my brother, well, I have a brother. His name, I shouldn't be breaking his anonymity, but I am. I have a brother. He's a minister. His name, Dr. Johnson. And so, so I went over his house. I said, Dennis, I said, they said. I ain't never said I said.
They said.
They
yeah,
said.
Yeah, right.
They said that I had cancer. And he he brought me in his dining room, and we sat there. And usually we go in his office, but this time he didn't want to sit in the office. He wanted to sit out there, real open and stuff. And he just started praying. And then I went and told my younger sisters and brothers, and I felt so sorry for them because they never had the opportunity to grieve. They never had the opportunity to grieve over no one. And then here I go with my big personality of showing love, because I think I was the first one in my family that, actually showed the physical love, hugs and loves, and expressed the love. So it was like, now here, all they gone, they need that kind of love.
Yeah.
And here I go, about to tell them
That you,
that this is a serious matter. And it kind of like really, and then I have a niece, which her mother had passed away from the breast cancer. And I think she had a little connection with me because she had the dream exactly what the doctor told me, how much time I had and everything. And when she said it to me, I said, oh no. No. You just had a dream. It's okay. You had a dream.
Yeah.
It's not reality. You had a dream, and we're gonna live just for today. And I kept that in her mind. And then when I got through on the other side, then I told her, I said, yeah, you was right. Your dream was right. Her dream was right. Exactly what the doctor has said to me.
But how many years has it been now?
This year will make 5 years.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, 5 years. I just can't believe 5 years went by, In the 5 years that went by, I had buried so many people, with the same diagnosis, and for some reason, I don't know, because of my positiveness, scares people a little bit, and I remember a few of them that I tried to approach, but they stayed at bay.
Kind of push back.
Because sometimes people don't think that if God healed me, He would do the same thing for you. And sometimes this disease is so vicious that it makes you think that He wouldn't do that for me. This is my fate. This is what's supposed to happen. Actually, it's not. You're supposed to be healed. You're supposed to get better. So.
Well, I think you kind of talked about it, but I want to ask again. How did you remain so positive after you found out about that diagnosis?
I think the kids, not, we get an opportunity in our life, to make a choice. All of us.
Yeah.
Like the biblical, if we go biblical, God measure out the same amount of faith to each and every one of us.
That's right.
And so therefore He give us the opportunity to measure out what we want to do. It's like, well, what God you going to serve? I could have served Dr. DeSana, God, Dr. Ten, and they completely different religion, have different religion that I have. They have different backgrounds, different education, So I was like, in my mind, my God told me to be happy, to show love, to have peace, to have joy, to have kindness.
Yeah. So
when I mixed all those things up in my spirit, even though I was going through what I went through, because I still went to church through my whole process. I feel a little queasy, but I still went to church. I still raised my hand. I still worship. I still hug. Even after I had the surgery, I still hug. Nobody, half of the people didn't even know what I was going through.
Wow.
And it's sad because I can tell when people going through something, because of my hugs and my love, And I went through that, and I just kept on praising God. I kept on reaching out. I kept on helping people, because sometimes we can get so into our sickness that our sickness cripple us and paralyze us that we can't go and help nobody but ourselves. It'd be me, myself, and I. So what I did, I watched others. I watch others, and plus I had it in my family. So I watched sickness in my family. So I had, I had to make a choice. What was I going to do? Was I going to be negative or was I going to be positive? Now, whatever happened at the end of the road, that's why I try to live each day like it's my last day. Whether I'm busy, slow, if I'm whatever, helping somebody like my last day. So whatever would have happened at the end of the road, at least I could have said I had a good life.
Yes.
So I kept on saying, well, I had a good life. Whatever happened, and I just kept on hugging and loving and being kind to people, even some of the people that wasn't even kind, and some of the people didn't even know I was that sick. And I actually was sick to death, but I just kept on, showing the kindness, and I think love scared people.
Yeah, if they're not used to it.
Yeah,
If they're not used to it, yeah, it
scare.
can.
Because I had no choice but to do that because I had to have a pure heart, because I wanted my cells to be removed. So if I wanted my cells to be removed, the cancer cells to be removed, I had to show agape love. I had to show pure love. I used to hug people. Some men thought that I wanted them. And I was like sitting up there, I'm like, I'm just showing you love.
Just love.
And then some of the women, it was hard because I didn't know what they was going through, in their personal life. And so therefore it was hard for them to receive the love. But I knew it was my duty. If I wanted to be healed and I wanted to be happy each and every day, I had to just show that unconditional love.
And girl, you have a, I don't know, you're going to call it an aura or whatever, but even you got that constant smile. Like you said, nobody would have never known that what you had gone through, and I don't know if you're still going through different things, but you just have that sweet smile. It's like you can see almost the spirit of the Lord that's just like all over you because of your sweetness, and I'm just praying that God would just continue to bless and keep you healed, and I know that your testimony is going to touch a lot of people that are going through the same thing and say, well, now if she can be positive, then I can too. And you were saying too something about some people when they're going through this, because I know a person, when they found out that they had it, they were like, oh no, I can't lose my breast. Oh no, I can't. And you were saying a little something about that too. And one person was like, oh no, it's no way I cannot lose my hair. But you may lose your life.
Right.
And some people go through that. It's like you say about being vain, but they're willing to like lose their life instead of losing the hair and the breast. Yeah.
And I feel so sorry. That's why I'm gonna try to do more in the community, and I'm gonna try to go to different places and speak more and something, because it's like so sad that people are so in love with their flesh and they never worked on their inside. I mean, they walking around, they got the best cars, they got the biggest houses, they have nice clothes, but their heart is so broken.
Yeah.
And so therefore when a sickness come on them, it could take them quickly.
Yes.
Because and then, I remember when the doctor told me, he said, Dr. Desana, I tell you, this man, it was like, oh my good. He was saying praise the Lord at the end because he couldn't believe how God healed my body. But he was saying to me, he said, Shati, you can always replace your hair. You can always replace your boobs. He said, but if you don't do this, you can be gone. So I'm like sitting up here. I said, okay, now God, I trust you. You know what I'm saying? But let me be smart. And I prayed about it, and then I was ready to have the mastectomy. And then when I had it, I had it on a Tuesday, and the following Tuesday I was in Bible study praising the Lord.
Oh.
Okay, I had my
you,
whole
Jesus.
hands
Thank
up
you,
like
Lord.
this.
Thank you, Lord.
And I'll never forget it. I went over to one of the young ladies that was going through the same thing. So I said, we going through the same thing, let's support each other, but I'm so friendly that sometimes people don't, and I don't have no respect of a person. I don't care if you got the highest degree or to the lowest degree. I don't care. I love everybody,
Right.
So I wasn't a part of the clique. She didn't want me a part of the clique, but one thing she did say to me, how how did you have a surgery like that and come to church and raise your hand like that? I said, I don't know. You know, I mean, I really didn't know. I was naive.
Just
I was,
trusting,
I was
just trusting
gullible.
God. Yeah.
And now that I realize, now that I have talked to other women that had that surgery, I thank God what He did. He knew I had the courage to praise Him. You know, to
Yes.
worship Him.
Yes.
Not to worship Him because I want people, because they didn't even know I had the doggone surgery. You know, to worship Him in spirit and in truth. So what He did, I felt the pain, but the more I raised my hand and worshiped Him, the pain didn't feel, it felt greater worshiping Him than it did with feeling some pain. Because here we go again, we're all about ourselves. You know what I'm saying? And I had to think about the pain that Jesus went through. And the pain He went through, it don't even compare to the pain, the little pain of my one little breast or being bald-headed for a couple months. Because it's only a couple months. Because once you finish the chemo, your hair grows right on back, you know. So I was like, okay, my thinking, because you have to change your thinking.
Yes.
So, and I said, you know, okay, but I love my doctor, Desana. You know, I wish I could see. He on transfer to California. You know, and I remember my last appointment with him. And when I had my last appointment, and I'm cancer free, and he's sitting up there, he's looking at me. But I'm so self-centered at this time. I don't know. He's trying to let me know that he's getting the transfer, but I'm so into myself. And I had a little bump right there. I said, Desana, look at that little bump. What do you think that is? And then Sana said, that Dr. Desana said, Shati, you look so good. I said, no, look at this. See, I'm talking about this. I must have did it 3 times, and then when I saw a tear come out his eye, when I saw a tear came out that man's eye, I said, Dr. Sasana, you know, because actually he told me on his birthday about how much time I had and everything, and that must be a difficult job. And so I said, you know, for one, never work on your birthday. And see, I don't know if I had a chemo mind, because I was just saying whatever I want to say. I said, don't work on your birthday, and you can't win all the battles. The battles is not yours. It is the Lord.
It's the Lord.
And I gave him a hug, and I never heard from him, never saw him again. And that was like 3 years ago. You know, but we went through the whole process, and, you know, so it's like, I would suggest that women look into their heart. Don't look into your body. You know, don't look to your hair. Don't look to the things on the outer appearance, but look into your heart, and that's what's going to heal you.
Yeah.
Because the joy, unspeakable joy. He said, unspeakable joy.
God.
You know, and I'm not saying what I live this. You know, I don't talk something I don't live.
Right.
You know, and I live it, and that's probably why you said, oh, I can see this.
Oh, God,
you know,
and, I could.
And I'm humble with it.
Yes.
You
are.
I'm very humble with it, because I could take it and try to do this and do that, but, you know, whoever God want me to help, that's who I was supposed to help.
And I believe even this, the show, the video or whatever, is going to touch a lot of people. You know, I want to just try to make sure it gets out to a lot of people, because I know a lot of people. I was reading, I did a little research, and they were talking about how breast cancer is like growing amongst Black women. Before it was, they were below the white women, and now it's growing and beyond, you know, faster than even you know, the white women in other cultures. So it just seems, I don't know if it's something in the food. I don't know what's happening all of a sudden that, you know, that's growing so much. And to have somebody out there that has a positive attitude and can give positive advice to somebody is just a wonderful thing. And I'm praying that God will give you many different venues to talk at, you know, to encourage, because people need it. People need somebody like you. You know what I mean? You're just like, you're such a sweet, gentle spirit, and it's just a pleasure for me to have met you. And I can't believe it. Almost a year and a half went by, or whatever was the last time I saw you. But even though, you know, a lot of people I meet, and, you know, I meet them, you know, you go to affairs, you meet them, you sit at the table with them, about, you know, you don't see them anymore. But for some reason, you always stayed in my mind. You just stayed in my mind, in my heart. That smile, that upbeat spirit, it just stayed in my heart. So when I got the spot open, I said, I got to get a hold of Sherry, because I just want her to come on and just, you know, just really talk and give her testimony. Before we go off, I heard about some plans that you're making, because you're gonna put something together, and I think it's a wonderful idea, and I want to be supportive of it. And I just want you to tell us a little bit, because see, that's how what I love about you too, because it's not a selfish thing. It's something that you want to share with the community.
Right.
So can you tell us a little bit about what you're planning?
Okay. I thought about it. You know, 5 years, you know, and you know, a lot of people, oh, 5 years, you should celebrate and blah blah blah. And I said, how about other people? You know, how about the people that has been supporting people that has been going through cancer and others, you know, different illness and stuff. So I came up and I prayed about it, and I said, God, what can I do? And I'm so good at love, okay? So I said, I want to do an honoree for Connecticut's finest.
All
So I
right.
want to find 10 wonderful people, and I want to honor them. And it's gonna be it's gonna be a black tie affair, and all the women's gonna have evening gowns on, because see, I want them to feel beautiful. And I'm gonna try to talk some of these men into wearing some tuxedos. So I got about 25 of them so far that agreed to wear a tuxedo, and I'm gonna have a band there, and I'm gonna have comedy, because laughter is medicine.
Yes,
You
yes,
know,
yes.
and I'm gonna, you know, focus on people who's been married. I'm not married, but it's other people who've been successfully married, whether they happy or not,
Yeah.
for many years.
Uh-huh.
And I want to be able to honor them and let them know that we appreciate you trying to keep a family together,
Yes,
trying,
yes,
because
yes.
that's all you could do is try.
Yeah.
You know, and I just want to bring joy, and I think I'm gonna be at the door, because I'm gonna make sure everybody has some love on their way in. So I'm excited about, you know, bringing this to Hartford, you know, and keeping it in Hartford. If it's successful, I'm gonna keep it in Hartford, and every year I want to be able to honor different, you know, Connecticut or Hartford people that has did a lot of community work. Like you, for instance, you'll be one of the honorees.
Oh, wow.
You know, yes, you
Wow.
have done a lot. You know, we sat at that table, we got to know each other.
Oh, I
You know,
appreciate that.
so I'm
Appreciate
like
it.
sitting up there, and I'm like, and sometimes people don't get the opportunity to be appreciated. So I was like, you know, before I leave this earth, and I'm gonna be here for a long, long time, I want to be able to bring that kind of love, you know, to show appreciation to other people, and let them know that we appreciate the love, we appreciate the dedication, all the hours of volunteer to, you know, into the community, in which we don't do enough of. So that's what I'm putting together in September the 9th. And I'm excited about it. I'm excited about the people that I'm choosing to honor year after year if it's successful. And I believe that God will let it be very successful, because I'm going to show a lot of love. And the love is going to be so powerful, you don't feel it when you're coming in, and you don't feel it when you're coming out.
I'm
You
looking
know,
for.
so it's going to be a fun event.
I am looking forward to it, and I'm praying that it'll be successful. And I'll do everything I can. You said September 9th, right?
September the 9th.
And where is it going to be
It's going
located?
to be at the American Legion.
Okay,
I'm
that's
keeping it right in the heartbeat, right in the.
that's on Main Street in
That's
Hartford.
on Main Street. I was raised off of the Avenue, and that's where I was raised
All right.
as a little child. So I want to bring back some love to Hartford. So therefore, even if we can't be in the community with all the kids and stuff like that, they can feel it in the air.
Yes,
You know, because I really believe that love, you know, come from our spirits that surround us.
Yes, yes, yes. Well, it looks like our time is almost up, but before we go off, I want you to, I think that's your camera there. I just want you to say something to the women out there who are, you know, suffering from, maybe not just cancer, but any kind of sickness or illness or depression. Just say something positive to them.
First, I want to say to my beautiful sisters that I love you. I love you. And I understand what you're going through. And I understand it's not easy. But I know that if you just take one day at a time, don't think about the whole 6 months, don't think about the whole chemo stuff, or don't think about the depression part. Just think about just for the day. Just for the day, I'm going to be happy just for the day. I'm going to make it through just today. You know, and just know that I love you, and all your sisters that have been through this already, they love you too, and they can relate to you. They might not say nothing because not everybody can express love. But I'm just letting you know that I love you, and I know that you're a hero, and I know that you can get through it. And the last young lady I was with, her name is Denise, Denise Patterson. And I remember saying that every morning to her, that she was beautiful. And I just want to let you know that you are very beautiful, with or without hair, breasts, whatever. Weight loss, gain, it don't matter. You are beautiful. And I want to let you know that I do believe in you. And I know all will be well at the end of the road. And for the event, it's going to be September the 9th at the American Legion. If you want to get in touch with me, you can get in touch with me with the number of 860-888-4470. And if nobody said today that they love you, I love you.
I would like to thank my beautiful friend Sherry for being on the show with me. And I just want you to know that I love you, and you have been an inspiration to me, and you have touched my heart. Just keep that beautiful smile and know that I'll be your supporter. I'll be one of your biggest supporters because I love you, and you just give out so much love. How can nobody not love you? So I thank you for being here and taking the time out being here today, okay?
Thank you, Theresa.
Thank you all for watching Diversity in the Community, and I'm just pleased that you're here, and I hope that you've been touched by the show tonight. Thank you.